Buenos nachos, retardos. We're having some technical difficulties. Ooh. Josh will be with us shortly. Till then, go, yap amongst yourselves. Or find something to stir my fucking coffee with. Ah, yeah. I love this little thing. It's so cute. Oh, shit. 2 apps? Well, that's why I pay for the YouTube Red, dude. I can't go back. They gave me 3 months for $1. I think it might have even been you turned me on to that. And once 3 months had gone by, I couldn't go back to watching ads, so I paid the assholes. But I will check out our AdSense options or whatever and see if I can't turn that down for you guys. He's watching me. Oh, I think I need to clean my coffee maker. Coffee's getting a little, you know what I mean? Yeah, I know. He was supposed to disconnect and then reconnect, but he never came back. It's going to be pretty awkward if he doesn't, because he came up with everything to talk about, and I don't know nothing about it. I literally just got done eating, threw my computer up, got my phone set up. You saw I wasn't even done making my coffee yet. Let's check Messenger. Maybe he's trying to say something. What gives you Sasquatchian chewy wannabe? What's up, James Ford? You're right. I'm pretty. So pretty. Man, he must be like resetting his whole computer or something. So double A. Was kind of winging it. I don't know what the hell the topics even are, so we're just gonna kind of hang out until the maestro hopefully returns. If not, I'll give away $50 and we'll call it a show. You can jump in if you want, Raz. I'm welcome. I'm welcome anybody. Even if the other fat man does show up. I'll get you a link. StreamYard copy. Here, let's really fuck with them, guys. I'm just going to put the link in chat. Bam. Anybody who wants to come on comes on. Mr. Razman FPV, how are you doing, stranger?
What's up?
Hey, I can hear you.
Well,
Yep.
I'm double Wi-Fi and I'm hardwired, so
Yeah, that's what's going on with Josh, is he didn't have any audio.
I had a sticker up here and it was like glaring and making it so bright.
Oh, look, we got James Ford. He's going to come back on. There's going to be all kinds of people in here. It's going to be great. Let me change this up. There we go. What's up, Mr. Ford? Where's your brother? We need to get his ass in here, too. My God, have both of you on? That would be frantic.
I'm pretty sure we have ADHD. It runs in the family.
I got it.
In the best way.
Let me get the charts back up.
You know this, but Chuck's like, "Hey, slow down, man. We're not gonna have much to talk about when we go eat." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's."
Well, Chuck, here's what's supposed to be going on. It's supposed to be what's going on with the Hero Session 5. It's done.
Oh, is that what he's talking? Okay, well, yeah. For anybody that doesn't know and thinking you're going to get your Hero Session 5 repaired, you're fucked.
You're going to get an offer to replace it and a little money down towards it and get a Hero 7.
They're like,
baby.
Yeah, which is not bad, you know. The 7 is a lot lighter than the other two.
Yeah, and also the 7 is no longer being sold. It's been pulled.
Yeah, no, it's only going to be for the replacement now for the Session.
Yep. Oh, you see that? See that banner back there, guys? That's the Drone Network right there. Razman's he's like a star over there.
Yep, every Friday night, come visit. Well, most Friday nights when we're not like doing cool couple things and family things.
Yeah, like y'all don't.
What's up?
Like y'all don't know this anyway, but shout outs to shout outs.
Yeah, right.
All right.
But
so
amen.
as an owner of a Session 5, how do you feel about this?
I really wish they'd come out with like a Session 6. Come on.
If they did, it would be like this big.
Yeah, I know. That's the point. I got into this hobby, and when I started getting into actually recording my footage, it was the first camera I got, and it was the last 2 months that it was being sold. I was like, son of a bitch. So I ended up having to go from that to a Hero 5, then sunk that in a pond and forgot about that and played with some Fox ear boxes and then ended up with a Hero 8 Black. And now I lost that. And Carnage.
Tell us the story.
Yeah.
No.
Come on. You're like, I lost
All
it.
right.
Like, gotta salute it or something.
Context first.
So,
Carnage is his favorite fucking quad.
Okay.
yes. This is I have another frame, but not the Dead Cat arms. I took my time and I put a lot of like certain components and certain KV and certain size motors and all that, and I prettied it up, and it was the colors of Carnage, so it got named Carnage. That, and I killed somebody's quad with it.
It had a beautiful splatter paint.
Yeah, I already miss it. It's only been 3 days. But so me and my girl, we like to just like, all right, so point and direct. We're playing a point and direct. Go anywhere. So you point and on direction I'm going. So we ended up down in Port Jervis. I live in New York State. So this is literally the monument and the marking of the tri-states, New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. Well, Razman was like, oh, it's going to be so awesome to launch off of 3 states and then fly over the Delaware River and try to trust crossfire for the fourth time flying with it. And I made it all the way across the bridge, underneath the bridge on the other side of the river, did a couple flips, came back, orbited around me and Jess, Went back out, came to do a nice power loop. I went to do a power loop, and it fail safe, glitched, and it just went.
So you were trying to power loop the bridge itself?
No. I
Oh,
was just like, all right. So the bridge is. I was like adjacent to it. So the bridge is going over from New Jersey to Pennsylvania on 84, and right underneath it is like they had the monument and parking. It's actually in a pretty cool looking police cemetery in the town. I wish I had footy because this guy didn't hit record on his new goggles like an idiot.
yeah.
So when I find the GoPro, there'll be footy if it didn't get messed up.
Dude, this is going to be one of those stories. There was a story that went around the internet, right? And it was this
one of those.
one of the original sessions. It was like session whatever they called it, session 1. Somebody found it in a river, right? And they went and there was an SD card in it. So they looked on the SD card and there was footage of people doing the hiking thing. And well, the end of the story is, I see James has heard of this one. They found the people through Facebook or some shit, or did image searches. I don't know how they did it, but they found the people and they gave them back their, not working GoPro with this footage.
But it's still cool.
Yeah. Trying to find that. I got a little clip of where the bridge is.
So hopefully that's what's going to happen because they found that thing like 100 miles downriver from where those people lost it.
It'd been wonderful if somebody faked a death at the end of it, just to strike.
One thing I know is that the current isn't that strong. The current's not strong. It's literally where two rivers meet. And it's pretty shallow. And Carnage was one of the heaviest quads I owned. Really, it was super heavy. So it went down. The last image I saw was straight up water. So she went down. I'll find it. I just don't want to go look right now.
I had a guy at work in Chicago. Funny enough, he's,
You know where I'm at.
Whoa.
Oops. Sorry.
I was like, hey, buddy, I'm working on him with his computer, and he starts going on. I was like, what's that noise? He goes, I'm working on my quad. I was like, that's kind of funny. I know a few people that do that. My brother's got this huge one. He was like, no, man, you haven't seen anything huge. And he describes Joe's video. And I was like, no, that's him. And they're like, no. And I'm like,
well, there is another group of people who did a big quad like that. And it might have actually been bigger only because it had a big body on it.
I mean, Flight Test did do that really ridiculous big size one.
And there's that one as well, yeah. But it wasn't a BFQ, baby.
Oh, he made the comment about how the guy was warning people not to get near it because it'll cut your ankle off. Like, he literally said that term. And I was like, yeah, I think that's him. So
yeah.
That's him.
MD's got that X-Class he made for that guy. That I got to see that. That thing's huge. Heavy, too.
It ain't no BFQ, though.
No. Ain't that big. That's too much. I like my 7 inches. I fly 7 inches like people fly their 5 inches. I know that was a good setup.
Yeah, I know. Dum-dum.
Tommy, what's up?
Tommy G, what's up, Fuddrucker? I'm gonna disappear for 1 second. It's just gonna freeze for me. I'm going to attempt to contact Joshua because he is not a messenger.
The other thing he was talking about is drones being in the Olympic drone competitions in the Olympics. So that was his other topic of the night. Yeah, he's froze.
They just allowed karate in its general term into it. I was like, man, put some MMA in there. That would be something.
That's next. They got karate in it. It's next.
Because karate is such a general term. Well, except for it's Japanese. But they had a bunch of people from Taekwondo. And, anyway. Yeah. But, I watch the women beat the hell out of each other. Really kick each other around. But yeah, it's something.
So where's he this week? He's got bad hotel service.
And he's at home.
He'd be doing stuff knowing him.
Straight up, he must have some serious issues going on or something. Anyways, yeah, the Olympics quads.
J-Bo, what's up?
J-Bo, what's up, brother? I don't think it's gonna happen, ever. But if it does, what would have to happen is the hobby would have to survive. And it would have to survive for a good 15, 20 more years. And basically, I'm equating it to skateboarding. Because that's about what it
fingers would be like. I'll be so old. There's Josh.
He's in his blue period.
What's up, Big Oily?
Say something.
Say something.
Say something.
Nothing?
Good Lord.
There it is.
We knew you were having some kind of problem, dude. You weren't on Messenger or nothing.
Can you hear us?
We can hear you.
We can hear you. Yeah, no. But we can hear him. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Wait.
You?
We can hear you, but you can't hear us.
You know,
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we heard you the whole time.
Yeah, can you hear us?
Jesus, now I can hear you. Still having problems with.
Oh.
No. Maybe we shouldn't tempt fate. This thing goes into a restart cycle and an update cycle. I'm trying to use, the convenience stuff, and I'm like, so I'm not ready on my phone at all. I thought I was good to go. I was wrong. I've never been so wrong.
Well, we already talked about all your topics.
No, you didn't. There's no way.
Yeah, we covered them a little bit, but not as thoroughly. I think we covered the session thing pretty well.
Yeah, that was pretty simple, but
except for the price.
What are they
adding to it?
Yeah, we literally just gave my opinion on the Olympics and drones.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that one I had quite a bit, or have quite a bit to say on, but.
Well, get to yapping. We missed you.
Well, I know. Well, I'm still doing this a little bit in the background, but I'm really surprised that with some of the traction that drones have gotten in, for lack of a better word, in the world of sports in regards to drone racing and all that other stuff, that we don't have it presented as an Olympic sport, especially considering some of the other things that qualify as Olympic sports.
True enough. I just got done equating it to what it took to get skateboarding in. A good 20 years of survival and a bit of popularity.
Yeah, and I feel like the popularity is there. I mean, skateboarding, yes, had a much larger following, I feel like, or maybe it was just when I started paying attention, had a much larger following, but drones are not necessarily underground anymore.
No.
No.
I saw them at Walmart. Okay.
They're definitely above ground now.
And what I equate some of the hang-ups to is the same thing that some of our existing groups and organizations struggle with, which is how do you assign points? How do you rate it, right? But I start thinking about it. There's a lot of things in drones that you would watch somebody do that you'd say, well, I don't know, because it really depends on who's watching it and what they think about what they're seeing. And that's not 100% true, because I equate this to figure skating. It's very, it's all about translation. Yes, there's skills in there, and there's some fundamental skills that are just built on in a number of ways. And as long as you have the appropriate judges judging, those things can be rated almost real time. For instance, when you talk about tricks, right, you have your basic roll, your basic yaw spin, your basic flip, right? Flip is pitch, roll is roll,
Yeah.
yaw spin is yaw spin. Now, variations of those things would be like doing them, either inverted or on an axis, where you're not straight up and down.
Or combining.
And correct. And then combining them. And then there's the cleanliness. We all know what it means to stick a landing. Well, when you do a snap roll and you don't come right back to level, you didn't stick it,
Right.
So
Yeah, exactly.
about things like this, even freestyle drone flying, something that's not racing, because don't get me wrong, I think racing's a lot easier. When it comes down to, did you hit the gate, did you hit the mark, and did you make the lap in the time period, it's a lot more cut and dry.
Yeah, it's more time trials for that. They can do that with everything.
Yeah.
My idea, though, it's the same reason why NASCAR or car racing is not in the Olympics. There's too many. The variable for the mechanics is just, or variables are just too high. However, what would be considered a triple Lundy in the quad world?
Well, first I need to know what a triple Lundy is.
Yeah.
Me too.
Really? Oh, wow. I can't
I like cars, but
demonstrate.
not NASCAR.
All right, I'm switching here. Give me 1 second.
But basically, it's a dive program.
All right.
But it's a dive. I should say dive program. That's wrong. Anyway, it's from a movie, and I'm pretty sure you're well aware of it. I have to. What's the name of the comedian? Anybody? What's the name
comedian?
Of the comedian?
Joe Rogan.
It's not Joe Rogan. It's an
That's
old guy.
McFarlane.
God, no.
Oh,
Gene Wild.
Joe.
old guy?
No.
So that would be George
Fat guy.
Arnold.
You talking about Rodney Dangerfield?
Rodney Dangerfield. Yep, he did a triple Lundy. But anyway, so basically, it's the trick that's really, really hard to do. But I can see, like, for instance, program courses where it's like, okay, at this portion of the course, you have to do this, follow this flight path, and then how well you stick to it, and then you can count deviations from there. Then there's the style of it. There's a tons of ways to measure that, what's considered successful or not.
I mean, they do it for half pipes and stuff for snowboarders for the X Games. So
They'll say, well,
why couldn't you do it for that?
You just do the same thing. You get experts in the field that aren't participating, and you have them judge style points, execution, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
and of course, you throw in two guys that don't know shit about it and try and study on the names of the tricks and get them wrong, and it's beautiful.
Which I would nominate both Snoop
That's
Dogg
right,
and
Ocho Cinco.
Oh, you're glitching. What was that, Josh?
I said I would nominate Snoop Dogg and Chris Hart to that.
Chris or Kevin?
Sure.
I think it's dodgeball. The commentators from that.
I don't know. I could see it happening. There's a way to do it. It's just going to take a lot of time to get it right.
Yeah.
Well, it would, but I don't think it would take a ton. So
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, like, you brought up the whole mechanical thing. Now, we have different variations of drone racing available to the general public. Now, one of those is multi-GP, the other is DRL, right? And they both treat the mechanics very different. Multi-GP is very much, here's a very limited set of specifications. As long as what you're flying is inside of those specs, you fly whatever you want. Okay, now that leaves a lot of room for possible problems, right? But if you take the DRL approach, we give you the drone. It has a certain size motors, has a certain size props, has everything outlined. Everybody's on the same page. They even take it one level further. they give you a transmitter and you don't get to set it up the way you like it. And it comes with 3 preset sets of rates, a slow, a medium, and a high.
That's testing skill.
Yeah, and they're ridiculously heavy and underpowered and are really hard to fly.
Right, so that's like DRL, because isn't that spec racing?
Yeah, and they put them under the most extreme conditions to fly in as well. Glaring
That's where all the
lights.
sessions are going.
Have a person behind him hitting the back of the head.
That's where all our Session 5s are going.
True.
You're like, it's virtual reality.
Bastards.
You're being shot at.
Give me my Session back.
I really feel like it's doable. I feel like, we definitely have people in the hobby that are qualifiers, and it's time to bring some. It's the same way when skateboarding finally got accepted, actually long before, but it was overdue. I mean, you got guys out there paddling like weirdos, doing like fancy canoe dancing or whatever the hell they call it, that nobody gives a rat's ass about. Why not do shit about that, that people would watch, that people would enjoy, and it does involve skill.
Yeah,
absolutely. I thought DRL was really going to take off more than it did. I know they had some internal problems that stalled a lot of things. And then, the disease that shall never be named. Where's your mask, James? Where's your vaccination card?
I got my card.
Look, he's got it.
What are you saying?
I just didn't want to see your face no more. But I thought they were going to make it, man, and I guess they lost some backers or something. I don't know exactly what it was that happened internally, but they had the lights, they had the flash, they had the crowds, they had the locations, they rented stadiums. I mean,
holy cow!
I think DCL took more away from that itself. Like DRL was too TV, famey oriented. Everybody felt it was meh. That's why I think it.
Yeah, but I mean that's what's necessary to take it mainstream. Exposure and fandom.
It felt too ESPN-y.
Well, that's because it was on ESPN.
There's truth to that. I mean, anytime you want to get on ESPN, they are very, very involved with what they expect to see. And I'm not saying that's wrong, but only one. Yeah, can you imagine?
That's what I said earlier.
Well, scroll up, Porto. There's a link up there. Scroll up.
Yeah, the link's in the chat. Loud noises.
One of the things I really would like to see more of, I think that there's a lot of good exposure to the different racing venues, and people understand it very well. Even people that are watching it for the first times are able to quickly catch on and, how to score, how it works, so on and so forth. I would really love to see freestyle competitions really being pushed, but have some legitimate criteria. And again, much like I won't say skiing. I keep going back to ice skating. And the reason I go back to ice skating is there's an endurance expectation, right? There's a number of minutes you're expected to be out there. And in that time period, it's also broken down that there are different tricks that fall into different classifications with different point values. And those, you have to make sure you have X number of each level of trick in order for them to be able to rate you. I don't even know.
I don't even know what to do.
Oh, we're in trouble.
Yeah, this just went downhill quick.
I'm just gonna go like this for a little bit.
Right.
Oh, we're gonna do that. Hold on one sec.
I have my gas mask.
Put your mask back
But,
on.
you know,
What are
I
you
was
doing?
sitting there thinking about this week, and the more I thought about it, I'm like, this is totally doable. You hear too many people talking about how objective it can be. And I don't think it has to be left up to objectivity. You're always going to have a small level of that, but that's why you end up with a panel of judges, and the highest and the lowest thrown out.
Nice.
Done, done, done.
My big thing.
Yeah,
So,
but I got the freaking Death Star sitting on my table full of drone shit.
You said you got the Death Star coming?
No, I didn't. I didn't buy the Death Star.
Well, next.
Next. Yeah, exactly.
That
Hey,
thing is
actual news.
awesome.
But I did take these to work today and sat in my cube while watching a meeting. Pretty much told everybody else to fuck off.
With the camera on, right? Of course.
Oh yeah,
you need
yeah.
to put googly eyes on that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Now are they Goguru or are they actually Yoda?
They're Baby Yoda.
Goguru. It's not Baby Yoda.
That's
No,
Gogurt.
no,
Yeah, it's the same thing.
No, Ray.
Talking about the same thing.
I know.
Tomato, potato.
Potato, potato. You got that.
Goguru.
Yeah.
Oh, Ray, that reminds me. I've been meaning to tell you, man. Not that the show cares, but I have to get one more color, and I'm going to attempt to make you a paracord Baby Yoda
Nice.
keychain thing. It'll be about, I don't know, like that big.
Oh, it's like man knitting.
Awesome. I'm getting a hell of a collection of
Crocheting for men.
because I don't know if you guys know, but my daughter makes bracelets and sells them at the park.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she really does. So
Which one?
Teacher the road to the cell.
I'm getting a hell of a collection on the drone bag. She's making keychains. I got the keychain I got from you guys. I got
You gotta hook her up with a Etsy store or something.
Don't say his daughter's name and hooker at the same time. That's horrible. What's wrong with you?
Seriously.
What?
God.
Put the mask back on.
well,
That's it. You're
my mother does venues and stuff in like little street fairs, and she sells macrame's that she makes. So my daughter goes when she's up here during the summer. She's in the winter in Florida, so she's doing it with her, and she's actually making bank.
Cool.
That's the way to go.
Yep, but she owes us for a new cell phone that she broke in one day.
No. Well, then she needs to make some more products.
Takes
and
after
sell
her
it.
dad with drones.
Are you raising?
You better get her that Etsy store.
Heck yeah.
She takes after her dad, but he does it with drones.
Yeah.
Good point.
See, Josh wasn't in here when I told him that news. I don't know if Josh knows.
Yeah, we told the story. He lost Carnage and his Hero 8 or 9 or whatever.
Whoops.
It's sitting in the actually about 100 to 200 feet away from Tri-State Rock on 84.
May not get that back.
May not. It's in the Delaware next to the Neversink where they connect at Tri-State Rock Monument, where I launched off in 3 states at once.
Yeah.
Like a shrimp and boat.
It's easy to completely trash your drone, to cartwheel it across a parking lot and have it get run over by a bus, as long as the SD card makes it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's the part where you can always go worth it.
Mm-hmm. I lost the Hero 8. I lost the battery. I lost Carnage. Carnage.
And he forgot the DVR.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Always on DVR, even if it's, turd
This
quality.
guy now went into his settings and set auto record, and I don't care.
Yeah, look.
Oh,
Always on the goggles that I've run DVR on, always had it set to auto run, so I don't have to remember. But once in a while, I take my SD card out to grab a file or do something, and what gets me is not remembering it back.
Oh, God. I've done that to the GoPro a few times, and I'd be about an hour away, but fuck!
Hey Chuck, share at my second screen.
Oh Lord, I just happened to look down and be like, "What is that?"
I have my very own Josh.
So
Well-
Chuck and I were talking about toys to give Josh.
No, we weren't.
No, I mean, no, we weren't.
I've got my very own Josh right here. And he doesn't look retarded, but somehow Josh made me look like freaking Quasimodo.
I made you. I think it's your inability to sit still, you twitchy ass.
Well, it's kind of hard to sit still while somebody's scanning you with a dildo hanging out of their pants. I'm just saying.
Aaron,
Yeah.
do not raise us this way.
When you get when you get this thing animated and make it sound like Max Headroom, I'll be impressed.
Yeah, that's the. Let me see if I can find.
You got to put the glasses on him too.
And that way, then I'll just replace Josh altogether.
Ooh,
Easy.
that's
I
so
will
easily
allow
replaced.
that.
Yeah, here we go. Let's see if I can. Let's open up this one. Is this, yeah, here we go. This is Stroke Joe.
Oh my God! You look like my old. That looks like my old boss from Bozzy's Pizzeria in Lake Placid. Oh my
He
God.
looks like he's got red eye too.
Stroked out like a motherfucker.
You look like a stroked out Jerseyite.
Like,
Oh,
yeah, that didn't go well.
Oh,
that's
look,
I
bad.
got
Did you
Say
see
what?
that giant egg? Turn it to the right some.
Yeah,
Stop.
yeah, like that.
Holy goose egg.
Abused and stroked out. Maybe it was a head injury.
Grumpy old stroked out Jerseyite.
Was that your soft spot when you were a baby?
I don't know, James. You had some-
No, it would have been. That
Pull it
would have
up.
been really callous.
Pull up Quasi.
I don't think I have. I don't remember if I saved.
Oh my God, double A, right?
I don't remember if I saved Quasi Joe. To be honest with you.
So our
Let's see what this is.
Joe was all over the place.
Let's see if
We
this is,
didn't-
I don't know if this is Quasi Joe or not. Let me see. No, that was one of the first scans we did. That was half black, Josh.
Yeah.
That looks like zombie apocalypse, Josh.
Yeah, like he got somebody rolled coal right in his face.
Yeah,
Man,
right.
I got pimples and everything.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was.
beard.
Tastes like moldy cheese.
Oh,
Yeah, we were trying some stuff on settings on that one. Let me see if there's a. I don't remember if I did if I saved Quasi Joe or not. Honestly,
I sure hope so.
Gotcha.
Let's go on, Josh. No, I don't think I did.
It's a really neat product, and it wasn't as hard to use as I thought it would be. A lot of it, I think, just hinges on being able to have your model hold still, which it does a good job at filling in. That's what you want to reduce the touch up.
Yeah, I didn't save Quasi Joe.
Gotcha. Yeah, he had one
That's a
come out,
shame.
dude, where like every quadrant of his face was different. He looked like Quasimodo. He was
Yeah.
like lumpy and big eye over here, small eye and droopy over here. Mouth
was
was
all-
two different ways, like serious on this side, but droopy on this side.
I'm gonna shave my head and take a picture, and you could do that too to me also, Joe.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, the new laptop.
Gotta get Bob. You gotta get Bob in there too. So that's the point of shaving the head.
Well, I can
Yeah,
also
you
do
gotta
full
be-
body. I can do full body scans as well. I mean, it's
You just
designed
got to
for
be
full
able
body.
to sit absolutely still for how long?
Well, no. So here's actually the thing with that. What you're supposed to do when you do a facial scan, you're supposed to scan the face, and then scan everything else, capture everything else. You can do multi-layers. So the face is one expression, and then you fill in the rest.
That's
of the face.
one scan.
Yeah, exactly. What was happening? Josh was scanning on one side and working his way around my head. So by the time we got to the other side, fucking slack face. I mean,
Nice.
so we went.
There is a
forward
little
hard.
bit of technique,
Yeah.
but it's not bad.
Yeah,
So what you're saying is that is a natural expression for you, Joe.
Yeah, Rusty.
He
bitch
looks
face.
so
I got it.
angry. Look at him.
Angry flat face.
Yes, pissed all the time.
Grr.
I agree.
But yeah, I figured I'd share that one because everybody would get a kick out. I know it was in it ended up in
Who ate all the nachos? I can imagine.
I'm only really half mad. I mean,
I wish I had the foresight to have an auxiliary camera running when Joe's sitting in the chair and he took off his glasses and he's ready. And I've got this zipped into the front of my pants. Just without saying a word, I'm coming over and I'm standing in front of him and I start the scanner, and he takes one look, it was like, I think there was a moment of panic.
I can have my glasses off, so all I do is I'm like, schlong, is that real?
Oh, that's like the new TikTok thing that I've seen all over Facebook and YouTube. Is their barbers are fucking with their clients when they're washing their hair and just doing fucking weird things to their face and recording it.
I saw one where the dude had a boner while he's cutting the dude's hair and just rubbing it all over the dude's arm. He's like, no, man, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. No, don't move. I'm done. Like, what the fuck?
Like it's some of them are fucked up, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the new craze.
You guys do that?
Well, hey, real quick, guys. There's 4 people watching. Let's reward one of them.
Sure.
That's because the other 3 are in here. Otherwise, that would make our usual 7.
True.
Yeah.
Razman is not excluded, by the way. He is not part of the FPVNoobTube official. He is officially in the Drone Network, so he can enter as well. $50 anywhere the hell you want.
One of them's me watching too, so I have my comments. So what do we got to do? What do we got to comment? Or am I already in there?
I don't know. Think of something fucked up to have them right.
Fuck the FPV drone, please. Sorry, I had to.
All right.
Works too much.
Wow.
Brando. Type in Brando. Because
All
you
right.
guys like to fly Brandos a lot.
Type in Brando if you want $50.
Fuck.
So while we're giving a minute for that, real news, RDQ has officially filed 14,000 word.
Yep.
What do you want? Statement or whatever. So the court case has officially been filed and it has officially been submitted.
It has. I didn't get the update.
Yeah, I saw it on Facebook this morning.
I got notified too.
Yep.
Usually he'll send out an update if you're registered with RDQ.
Mm-hmm.
He put a big post out on RDQ's actual Facebook page.
Yeah, but I don't go on Facebook anymore.
I know my phone notified me because I was in the middle of a meeting. I'm like, what the? Oh, cool. Okay.
Sweet. So all those hard-earned dollars you guys gave to RDQ is actually doing something.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you, I noticed because I hopped over to the GoFundMe, and they put up to $100,000 to use for all the court fees and to pay everybody to do what they're doing. They've raised, and this is not a stop. They've raised $53,000, almost 54.
Woo, that's nice. It's a big chunk of money.
It is. It is.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's put in a lot more than that.
Himself, yeah, probably.
Oh yeah.
Well,
what's the
some of us have
situation?
it to do.
I didn't get a notice.
Oh, he's putting in the time and the effort, and the money too. I mean, shit.
All right.
At least one of them's doing it.
Right. Hey, who's the third person in chat?
Let me go see if someone fell asleep while they were watching.
Because so far it's a 50-50 shot.
What do you guys
Yeah,
talk
right.
about?
Names entered.
Nope, she's not watching it and she's asleep.
Yep. 1 and
So,
3.
You got double. Well, double A didn't say anything, did he? Yeah, he did. He's a Brando. All right, so It's only the two of us. 3 of us.
Well, you see, I actually waited until towards the end of the show on purpose to do this because you know what? I actually like rewarding people who hang out.
Loyal?
I mean, I'm sure we'd get a lot more viewers
flew-
if we actually told people we were doing giveaways, but you know. All right. So
Hey,
no
I
matter
flew
who
6
wins,
packs. It was
hey,
great today.
so no matter who wins, I'm gonna be stoked for all my friends.
Oh yeah, so my losing carnage was a crossfire problem, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. We kind of figured that.
Yeah, well, they need to make that mode not be on.
What? What
Is
mode
that it?
caused you to lose it? Double A.
The fuck is it called?
Woo!
Nice, double A. The dynamic power was on, and it kind of like fail-safed in the middle of the river as I was power looping to come back.
Yes, dynamic power is, as I've heard this before, that it is not always 100% reliable on switching when it needs to.
Yeah, well, apparently it didn't, because
I've always used it. I've never had a problem personally, and I can see Josh has them as well, and he uses it by that crease on his forehead.
Yeah, I've been here. How far were you out?
maybe 1,000 feet, and there was nothing in front of me besides water and a bridge. But I was adjacent to the bridge, and I'm
sure.
Oh yeah, because and the thing was, I didn't get any fucking warnings. No warnings. It just dropped.
Oh, and that's why I'm curious. You know why? Because I'm assuming that this is assumption, meaning that you don't know for sure, but guessing that that's what came into play. But I would want to question how everything was set up and oriented, only because in getting that 6-inch ready and getting it out flying quite a bit lately at a distance, you know, I've learned a lot in regards to just one thing, even that's antenna orientation on both the drone and on the transmitter, and what a huge part it plays. Just throwing it out there for something to think about.
So carnage, it was out the back on the actual mount it's supposed to be on of the Source 1 frame. The Immortal T was right in the back and the bottom, and my VTX was on the top. I flew 6 packs the day before at the top of the field at my house and went all over the place, and I was fine. But when I was coming back to me, I kept losing a sensor. It said sensor lost, and that was only like 500 feet in front of me. Yeah, just like that. Yep.
So you had it just like that.
Yep.
Boy, this is really hard. Yep. Now, are you using this transmitter antenna? Or are you using the diamond?
This is the V2. It's the V2 micro kit.
Yeah, it's that one. It's just the next version, Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't take the antenna off on this one. It's got a little case thingy.
I've got you. So there's two. I'm just going to throw it out there because I think we should do some playing. I think you're going to find something out. The first thing is on your transmitter, like a lot of times if I'm not paying attention, I'm just flying around the field. This antenna ends up sitting flat because of how it sits in my bag. You see that?
Right.
If you're doing it right, this antenna is oriented like this.
I've never done that.
I've never done that. My transmitter sits like, I don't know if you can see me or
yeah.
But
when I'm flying, actually I got my lanyard on. Mine's up like this, curled up, and when it lays in my bag, it gets pushed down like this.
Right,
so
and that doesn't matter whether it's flat, whether it's curled. The problem is, and believe it or not, it is a problem, is that it's horizontal. Okay, this antenna was designed to be run vertical. And the way that it radiates is very important because of the way it's radiating the signal. So that's one thing. Okay. Second,
All right.
with this antenna running horizontal, and I'm building something with this. With this antenna running horizontal, again, it was actually not intended to run horizontal. It was intended to run
vertical
like this.
Right.
So now you can find some images online, I won't bother sharing them, where they were actually explained how the signal works when you're running this way. Basically, you're exposing yourself to huge null opportunities. Okay. The second you turn both of these vertical, your nulls disappear 100%. So I did a lot of playing with this because initially I wasn't paying very much attention to the way my antennas were oriented. And I noticed that once I got about to the 2-mile mark, that actually before then I would start getting signal degradation, quality degradation. It wouldn't always drop off and cause a fail-safe, but you could tell latency was picking up, there was packet loss, right? Once I started running vertical antennas, 100% went away.
I'll try it. Can't hurt not to try it.
When you're
I mean,
finding difference,
Carnage is gone, but I did put Crossfire on the Mr. Croc, but this one's in a different position. There's really not much place to mount this motherfucker.
No, I got you.
Now listen, I've run Immortalities on my quads, and I used to actually put them in the middle when I ran a different frame, and I've always kept it horizontal on my transmitter as well, and I've never had that kind of problem. First thing I thought is he had it on 18. What?
Sorry, go ahead.
First thing I thought was that he had it on 800 milliwatts or whatever, the European.
megahertz.
Then I've actually had someone tell me about the
It's going to be on 915.
Yeah, the variable strength not switching back up when it needs it right away. So there could be a slight delay that could cause you that problem. But other than that,
I haven't had any other dropouts or signal losses since I put it on, turn that mode off, whatever the fucking name of it, the dynamic power. I turned that off. It's on 915 hertz. I watched this guy a few times. I watched Eric's videos a few times. It's all set up, right? I mean, it worked. It's just, I don't know if because it was a major highway there. There's a bunch of businesses on the other side of the highway, the river. But it literally, the bridge, you go under, you park underneath the bridge, it comes out, both rivers meet, it's wide open on the one side, and you got the bridge and wide open area. And it just, I was literally in the middle of the bridge. I wasn't even on the other side. In the middle of the bridge, close. As I said, maybe 500 feet away. Came to power loop back to myself, like upside down next to the highway to get the cars going upside down the other way or whatever, and come back down, and it just dropped out. And I had no control of it whatsoever. I had no warnings, nothing, and I'm screaming.
You know, that could actually be a thing. Now, some of the old school followers of the FPVNoobTube might remember a guy named Aaron Icky Leslie.
I remember.
And when Crossfire was a newer product, mind you, he got it. And there was this one spot he went to fly one time, and there was actually a sewage treatment plant nearby, which they think is the culprit, that actually broadcasts a signal because all those plants are wirelessly linked. And every time he would go over towards this one section of the beach, the quad would fall consistently. And he even came back a second time, and it happened again in the same spot. So
It could be environmental.
It could be a freak environmental, kind of like when my quad took off and chopped my thumb off. I mean, freaky shit happens.
What about and also the same place we were flying? Josh, did you go back to that school Well, we first met up with Chris, where like you just randomly shit would drop. I know, I understand it was analog. It wasn't.
I have been back there, and on occasion I go. I'm going to tell you that I can't nail down any specific time of day. I've been there and had zero problems. I've been there and had problems of things getting blasted out, but only in certain areas. And I think it has to do with something operating off that tower, but it doesn't operate 100% of the time.
I still think it's like 911, whenever they mic in or they broadcast out, that it fucking just blasts everything near it.
That would make a lot of sense, actually, because they would want to stomp all the other signals.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Hey, Raz, does that? I know that they've done it in a lot of places where the bridges at the top of the bridges are actually running cell units at the top of those bridges. They may be using 911 relay.
Good point. Good point.
So
I have to look. I'm gonna go back and get the kayak. My friend's gonna help me get his kayak, and I'm gonna take my inflatable raft, and we're gonna go out there and look for it. I mean, it's not like super deep because I was seeing bottom when I was flying.
Yeah.
Just everybody that was on the kayak that day didn't want to make cash, so they all just like looked at me and said, "I don't see it," and kept floating down the river.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can't say I blame them. They were there to do their thing.
Yeah, but usually people don't like around here. You offer them money, they want it.
What's up, Blizzard? And you know what? The cell tower thing. That's kind of
cell/911.
Well, from what I know, they're kind of. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. I've heard a lot of stories of getting fucked up going near them with their quads. I've seen a lot of people straight up fly them in close proximity. So.
Should do a test.
Yeah. Josh, let me borrow one of your drones.
Yeah.
No, for real.
I just
grab one that's been screwed around with a lot and record, what the signals are and just screw around.
Well, hey, it was James's idea, and aren't you building James a quad?
No, I'm giving him one of those that are back on the wall over there somewhere.
There we go.
I gotta finish putting one together. Well, transplanting everything from one to the other. I just haven't had any motivation to do it in the past 3 days.
Well, I'm glad to hear personally that you're not just all fuck this hobby, fuck everything.
I was the first day.
I know you were. That's why I'm glad.
Fuck this shit. I'm done. I should have stuck with video games, and I left.
I even offered to give him. Yeah, his lady told me I ain't gonna let him sit around and play video games, so he better get his shit straight. Oh,
yeah, you got 6 quads on the back wall.
Yeah. I even told him I'd give him one of my sessions so he could trade it in for a 7. He's like, oh no.
Yeah, I gotta finish this build. Finish putting this thing together that Chris gave me when I was down there.
The inverted push. That's the Unimog frame.
The Uma Dog frame. Yeah.
I have been waiting years to see that thing fly.
I know what it's really called. It's an Uma Dog.
I've been waiting years to see that thing fly with upside down motors.
I'm doing it. I just gotta freaking. There's no room to put anything in it.
That's the beauty of it.
No, I hate that. Give me a big quad. That's why I like all that room. Look, Goldie Croc.
Don't get me in Josh's
frame is like awesome because there's like it's clean. There's not everything all bunched up in one little spot.
Yeah, don't ever switch up to the 4.5 Alien. Holy crap! It's a ground guy.
It's the tank.
What do you mean a ground guy? I do have air. Wait. I'll show you something.
Oh,
all right.
He always shows us good stuff.
Yeah, tank's always got good fun stuff.
Well, last time he showed us something good too.
It's a beginner thing.
It's
a beginner thing.
What's that?
FPV Racing Starter Kit.
You got the beta kit. Nice.
So I'm going to try this with my son. And I did get an FPV for my truck. And I did install it. And at the last event, some people were actually trying it. And I tried it for a little bit in the truck. And actually worked pretty good. But I got the monitor. But this has goggles, so I'll be
Mhm.
able to do it with goggles also. So now I got the monitor. and the
Yeah.
goggles. So-
Fuck
Well,
yeah,
there goes all
Frank.
his ground stuff. He's gonna sell that shit and start flying drones like a bunch like the rest of us idiots.
Hey, look,
Just-
I
just
put
cut-
FPV on
Hey,
mine before.
Just context for anybody that doesn't know. Frank the Tank here is the man when it comes to the ground game, especially the rock crawlers. Some of his stuff is just incredible, and we have been
Beautiful.
bugging him to get FPV. And yes, he's a Canadian, for Christ's sake.
Hey,
Okay, and to get FPV on one of his rock crawlers, and hit it up. So this is awesome news. I'm excited.
Yeah. We keep saying that every now and then he'll try and like pay for something. We're like, we don't take those Canadian pesos.
and from the last time I was on the show and he came on the show, I was just getting into the RC game too. Now I got myself a nice little small fleet of some goodness that I need to repair so I can play with it again.
Or as Laz likes to call them, fodder.
And
The FPV noob
Frank-
does accept Canadian pesos as long as they don't smell like poutine.
Oh, what's wrong with poutine? What's wrong with
Yeah,
poutine?
fresh
That's
duck.
my favorite dish here.
So Canadians won't fight over a lot of stuff, but you start insulting poutine, man, Frank the Tank's gonna put some whoop down on your ass.
Yeah. You put a poutine there and you put bacon on it. Oh,
Yeah.
it's the best.
Everything's better with bacon. Come on, I need bacon even
My
more
wife
with that more bacon on it.
Oh. I made pulled pork sandwiches with bacon chunks in it yesterday.
You decorated pig with pig, and nothing better.
Absolutely.
Damn right. That's the
Beautiful.
best way to do it, man.
It's like sprinkling sugar on your cornflakes, baby.
Yeah.
So I'm building a Range Rover.
No.
you
I
really?
use pancake syrup on my cornflakes. Get it
Yep.
right.
Blow it up, Chuck.
I'm
Oh,
building a Range
blowing it
Rover.
up.
Been doing that since I was a
There's
kid.
Frank.
My Cheerios too.
1/10 scale.
I got 1/10 scale Rover.
Nice.
I started painting it. So I painted it today. I'll show you what it actually looks like. So here's one panel.
Oh,
Lou-
going
Louis-
modern, are you?
It's got two coats on there, but I need more paint because my primer was actually black. So that's the back panel. Here's the other back panel. So I got to put all these together. And man, you should see the instruction for these. And this is the front part. And yes, the hood is a different color.
You're going full redneck.
Yes, but actually, what I'm doing is, since it's an old truck, I'm going that this is a donor hood from another truck, and the truck was a different color. So what I'll be doing is I'll be doing some patches of bodywork Bondo on it, and I'll do Bondo here. I'll do Bondo a little bit everywhere, and also on the doors.
There's a term for that. I can't remember what
It's patina.
Nah.
And the doors also
Nice.
is a different color and will be coming from a different truck, and will also have Bondo on it. So I'm
he's
doing
gonna
a truck
patina it.
that's ready for paint, in other words. So it's ready to go to the paint booth, but the guy decided to go on the trails with it or whatever.
So is it going to be primer gray Bondo or the red or the?
It's going to be a reddish brown Bondo.
Oh, come on. If you're going to go full redneck, it's got to be at least 3 different colors of Bondo. I mean, they're gonna be
Right?
Bondo. Yeah. Then one
Icing. You
panel
gotta have a
partially
couple
is
red
painted
icing
green.
colors, blue.
I
Gray
do
primer.
have 3 colors though for the body panel. So I got blue, white, and green. So
You need
Round it up and rust it out, and then clear coat it, and that's patina. That's
I
awesome.
cannot do rust on this. On this body, I cannot do rust because this is an all aluminum truck. The
Yeah.
Range Rover was
all right.
all aluminum.
See, he knows his shit.
Oh, I got told by a lot of people when I got this body, goes, don't do patina or rust because you're going to get in trouble by a lot of guys here.
You're probably going to get in trouble for doing what you're doing anyway.
Yeah, probably.
Hey, whatever makes you happy, right?
Sure. I've done a lot of RC cars and like good paint job. As this, it's a new one. So this is my first one that I'm trying to do as an old look or a restoring look. So it's the first one I'm trying to do. So
You need to. I don't know if it has a separate bumper piece. You need to make it like not quite lined up right. You know, kind of jacked up sideways.
Or is
You
it
know?
pushed in slightly?
Yeah.
Slightly.
Or just, is it metal? Is the back bumper metal? See if you can dent it.
This
Yeah,
is where I'm at.
it's all plastic. Hey, there's a slash.
This is a monster slash.
It's a monster slash with big
The
tires.
half a
Cool.
monster slash.
Yeah,
Yeah,
3/4
I
of one.
grinded out the differential gears. I got to order the front and rears together and then replace it.
That's pretty cool.
How
Yep,
the hell
I got
did you do
the-
that? I've had mine for 7 or 8 years now, and I never broke
Ow.
the gear in there.
Hobby
Raz
wing.
breaks shit.
Because I put more power. And
Yeah, you forget who you're talking to.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
rocking a 19T. 19? Yeah, this is either 18 or 19 tooth pinion gear on it
Okay.
with a 3600 kV max 10, Hobby Wing max 10. It goes to 4S, but I only run it on 3S.
He only runs it on 6.
No, the thing is, these tires are actually meant for a way bigger truck.
hmm Yeah, and,
Just
and,
like every
and
redneck's.
big tires on that truck will eat up the gears. That's for sure.
Yeah, they're the stock. So it was originally the brushed version,
Okay.
4-wheel drive, and I had my own brushless system at the time, and I upgraded everything with the RPM arms. I got the aluminum drive shaft. I was slowly upgrading it, and my next upgrade is the
Now-
Traxxas / premium slanted differential gears.
Now Tank's gonna pull something out from underneath his desk and be
Of
like,
course he is.
"Well,
That's
here
what he
you
does.
go."
Well, how do you know I was going to pull something out?
He's looking down
experience.
there. That's why.
I've been on the internet to know long enough something's coming out from under the desk.
This is the
Oh, that's
chassis for
nice.
the Range Rover. So it's got a scale transmission, and I will have a scale motor, printed motor that's going to go over this. And I will do a radiator on top of the servo. So when you're actually going to open up the hood, you're going to see all the motor on there, but it's got a scale transmission. And this thing's going to look like a real truck, but in small scale. So this is the...
That's
What
nice.
type of engines did they come with?
well, this comes with no engine. I am putting a brush.
I know that.
in here. Oh, the truck originally it came with a V8.
Okay, like a big one, a big block, or
Yeah,
Probably a 5.0.
it is pretty big. I got pictures I could show you, but you could put a 6-cylinder or a 4-cylinder. It's just like any car. They came in different sizes, but they did come in V8. So
All right. I got
I'm
a project for this one too, Mr. Tank. You got to put a little remote control reservoir in there that spits out oil every once in a while onto the ground.
Yeah,
out the differential or something.
or yeah, just like makes a puddle wherever you set it down. It leaves a puddle behind, just to make it authentic, like a goddamn Harley. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
you're-
Or lime Kool-Aid if acceptable.
So
Yeah, you're-
is that
you're
all
building-
what the Range Rover do? They all
Ironically
require-
enough, Range Rover had what? I think it was electrical issues. Wasn't that not correct?
Oh, we can catch it on fire.
Oh, one or the other, yeah.
I had, depending on what Range Rover it was, year.
Well, this is a Frankenstein,
RC.
so
Cool.
Later, RC crazy.
Have a bottle of Nos, a little tiny little one.
Later,
That
RC
shot.
crazy.
Yeah.
you got to get the roof rack on that thing with the tires up there.
Some KC lights.
Yeah,
Gun
there's
rack.
so many options you can put on this truck.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. There's so many companies that does the little bars in front of the
The bumper.
the bumper and also the headlights
Yeah.
and the tail lights, all scale and so nice. It's crazy the amount of things you can do on that.
I got a buddy that's really, really into Range Rovers. He actually is an old friend of the NoobTube that ain't been around in a long time. He got into those. I forget the exact number, but it's the super minis RC cars,
Okay.
and they're straight up Range Rovers, and you can fully upgrade them just like a normal RC car. But they're
Kevin
tiny,
Talbot does that. I don't know if you follow him in the
and they're
RC world.
they're full on rock crawlers with all the right suspension and everything. But they're like tiny.
Yeah, the
Mr.
Mini Zs
Tumbly
are pretty
Wumbly.
small. Mini Zs are pretty small from Kyosho's.
Yeah.
It's probably those. I can't remember the name.
Kyosho. I gave them a lot of money in crash kits on helicopters.
Yeah, no, that's no. That's the one thing we don't tolerate here. We'll take the ground game. You can do boats. You can do remote control sailboats.
Get out of here with those helicopters.
Not a helicopter.
Bunch of fucking uniprop freaks.
Exactly.
Those are the worst little toys ever, and they're so expensive.
Oh no, this wasn't little. This thing had like a freaking what? It was like a what? Almost a 6 foot.
What was it? A gremlin?
Span? No, it was like a 6 foot span on the damn blades for the helicopter I had.
Well, it's crazy. I've seen some videos of those guys. Man, they fly them like sideways, upside down, and they go very.
Those 3D helis are nuts.
Yeah, I've seen them inside of a person's cranium as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm good.
They'll kill you.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good.
Everybody here knows the picture I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They would fly it like I do, but I usually go whoop and then it crashes. So it's just one swoop and then it crashes. But them, they just keep flipping.
they do
Exactly.
They do that without the crash part. It's just the same thing.
Dude, you land the wrong way with them things and you destroy the whole copter in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had.
At least they can change a prop and go back.
Last time I did that, I hit the ground. I hit the ground a little hard, and the main rotor came down and smacked the tail boom, and then ripped the tail boom off it, and and of course it's gas, so it ain't shutting down quick. So
no, it's going until that idle comes down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it runs out of parts to destroy. You know,
we talk all the shit we talk, but if it wasn't for the helis, we wouldn't be flying.
Damn
correct.
Yeah. True.
I don't know. I played with the RC airplane that had a cord to it with 2 AA batteries and spun around in a circle. For
Yep.
James,
remember we had one
Tell
of
them
those?
the story, Joe.
And then you get
That was the one we had in we had that one in North Carolina, right?
I can't remember.
As a little kid,
But yeah,
I
it's
remember that.
destroyed.
Yeah, it got destroyed. Yeah,
You
absolutely.
remember that thing? It was like a red and white controller.
Yeah,
it had a white cord, and you had to literally do circles.
Yeah, we had it. We were in North Carolina because we had to jump the fence to the school next door to go where we had a place that was big enough. If it lasted like I don't know how many minutes it was. All I know is it ended poorly.
Yeah.
Oh, Ray, they got pro models of that, dude. They have professional competitions.
Do you see the cars?
Mostly in other countries because America. And
I bought my daughter a
dumb.
couple RC cars with cables on it still.
Yeah. Well, you see the guys
Oh,
that
yeah.
do the speed runs on those?
Yeah.
No.
Like 200 plus mile an hour, like.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Oh, then there's when they do the competition where they got 3 of them and they're all doing it together. Like in one they're all standing in one spot, and like one guy's holding his cords over the other guy's shoulder. It's like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
This is gonna end horribly.
Who let the cat in here?
Jesus.
Honestly,
You got any
I
other
think
ones?
I should do a race.
Hey Frank, you got any other ones you've done? Because I always look like you moved his camera around. It used to be you could actually see his collection wall.
Yeah, right now they're all in front of me. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them that I've done and got, but I'm not going to start taking every single one of them.
Why not? No.
But I, because my table here is going to get all busy very fast.
Yeah, it's true.
We know that.
I can show you Herbie the Love Bug.
Oh, you did. Wasn't he working on
Absolutely. You were
last time?
talking about him last time. We'd love to see that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Herbie, my Tonka Winnebago I did also. But you guys seen the Tonka Winnebago. That one's friggin' heavy. It's 14.14 pounds.
Jesus.
Oh, I'm glad he used Freedom units instead of that Canadian stuff.
Yeah, freedom units. Would you say Chinese last time? Oh my gosh, what is wrong with you?
Don't blow up my mess. This area hasn't been cleaned up in forever. Got fucking scooters. I got drones.
Look.
RC.
Hey guys, look, it's a rare fuzzy asshole.
Murder cat.
Yeah, right.
All
So-
right.
What's in your hand there, Josh?
That's not
So
Herbie.
this is not Herbie. This is my 34 Ford pickup.
Yeah, I think you just had the wood panels put in on the sides when you showed us last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yep.
I did a wood deck. I dropped it because usually It's about that high, but I dropped everything. So it's got the wood deck. It's got a full interior. I kind of cut the window here, and you can actually, it's got blue lights inside. It's really cool. I actually made the light in front, the bar, and put the lights because they weren't there. So that's my drifter. I turned this into a 2-wheel drive. It was a 4x4 before, but these are custom wheels and custom 3D printed plastic here. But everything else is aluminum deep dish, all custom machined, and much wider at the back than in the front, wider tires. So this is a special one. It's kind of cool.
I have like RC skill envy every time I see Frank. I'm like, God, I suck at this.
And this is my Herbie the Love Bug.
Oh man,
That's gorgeous.
Absolutely.
And also the roof was actually done with canvas. You know how when you paint canvas? I did that, and I put toothpicks. There's 3 toothpicks that I bent overnight on top to actually make these. They don't. The roof doesn't open, and it's actually shoe glued on, so it looks really nice up close, like the texture. So it turned out really good. I'm happy with how this turned out.
How'd you get
Absolutely.
So,
I quit. That's it. I'm not doing
Why?
this shit anymore.
What do you quit?
Well,
What's up with that?
well, I'm looking at the stripes and how you got it over the canvas.
Well, they're supposed to go over.
Well, agreed.
Frank's not going to do shit that ain't
right.
what's the word I'm looking for
So
here?
is that paint? Is that paint on that for the stripes?
He probably weren't legit and did it all like that, or airbrushed it and taped it off. Either one. I mean, most RC car bodies you paint the inside, not the outside.
One of these days we'll make him when he comes on, we'll make him drag out the camper and the I forget what was pulling it.
The RV camper.
Yeah, with a freaking trailer on the back, and the detail on the inside is just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
That's my police car.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Stampede. It's almost like a Slash. This is a Stampede, like the one he was showing earlier.
Yeah.
But this one is a Stampede, so it's a little shorter wheelbase, but just as wide.
Same tires too.
Chris has a Stampede, doesn't he?
So,
Chris has a Rustler that he just jacked up and put maxed X Max tire or max tires on it.
Yeah.
One of those.
Be nice.
Somebody had a Stampede.
Be nice.
I think he had a Stampede also. I think he has he's got a bunch of RC cars. But yeah, those are the same exact tires I got on my Slash, so he knows exactly what they are. They're the same ones. I was like, oh shit, 6-packs. They're great tires.
So you see the new frame I got?
Old but new.
Double A, if you're still watching, you would appreciate this thing.
Yeah, this is getting a full DJI stack on it.
And this is his second one, by the way.
This is my farm
Did you
truck.
make this or what?
That I like. See, I like that a lot. That's cool.
Tell me that's Raphael in the passenger seat.
Yeah, it is Raphael and
Yeah. Captain America.
Fucking
That's
sick.
my son's truck.
Is that a C10? Yeah.
Look at that. You fully
Yeah,
made
C10.
that bet on that thing too, huh?
Yes, everything is custom made on this, all wood, and it's strong. It's screwed on there.
No, that's an actual C10 chassis too.
No, this is a GCM Cross Canyon chassis
Okay.
that permits you to, because the motor's in front, so it permits you to actually put a
Gotcha.
full interior on it. Because usually the motor on most RC cars are right here in the center. This one's
Right.
up front.
Because
So-
I know they, I forgot what company it is, but they actually have a C10 crawler. I think it's Traxxas. Traxxas has a C10 crawler, and
Okay.
it doesn't look like that. That's what I was asking. I was like, is it the actual chassis from the truck or different? But
I
that's
just
cool.
upgraded these axle from an SEX 10.2. So these axles are nice now. So I still have to take this out and test it with these axles because they weren't tested yet.
Oh, double A. It was a ZMR 250 frame that
Oh, yeah?
I was talking about.
Really cool.
I'm
I have a
building
buddy that was very jealous of that. That's for sure.
I don't know, man. After losing Carnage, if I can't find it, I think I might just stick to the ground game.
Well,
Whatever. Don't fucking bitch. Don't be a bitch.
Come on, I flew 6 packs today. I'm getting back into my flow.
I know you are. As soon as you came on, I saw you had the lanyard on. I was like, oh, yeah, he's just blowing steam.
yeah.
Oh, we got more.
Yeah, I was out
That's
trying to piss my neighbor
crazy,
off today,
but-
running up and down the street loud.
That's a
4x4x4.
4x4x4.
What's the extra 4?
Four-wheel steering.
Your mama.
Yo, mama.
A legit monster truck, basically.
Yeah.
Dear God.
So it actually has 4 motors, one for each wheel?
No, 2 motors.
2 motors.
2
Okay.
motors, but it's got the 1 servo and all 4 wheels turn. You can turn that way.
So it's truly a 442.
Oh, I get you.
That's disgusting. I love you and hate you, Frank, at the same time. I just hate to say that.
Yes, he hates you in the best way possible.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I'm going that way in reverse. I keep saying, someday I want a ground vehicle.
Well, you're
Oh,
gonna
no.
make that ship freaking fly, aren't you, Joe?
Oh, what? Yeah, no, that ain't gonna happen. That
Come
bitch is heavy. Dude, that thing, it probably weighs about 35 pounds.
We're strapping it to the BFG. That shit's got rated motors, motherfucker.
Plenty to take that bitch up.
No. So I don't. Yeah, actually, the BFG's sitting right
No,
here.
I know those motors are rated.
Look at that monster.
God,
I wouldn't mind
Yeah,
having a
but
tank.
does it shoot?
Yes, it does.
That's all I needed to know.
It shoots,
Oh, yeah.
and it's got an IR
Yo,
receiver.
MD's up in the house.
What
It's
does it
an IR
shoot?
receiver, so if
What's up,
I get
Chris?
shot 5 times, my tank shuts off, and I'm done.
Oh, so you can play war games. That's
Yeah, and you
awesome.
can shoot BB
Frank,
guns.
how much are they? Where can I get one? Because I think I need to show up at work with that.
Yes.
They start. This one is about 600, but
Okay.
it's full metal. This one is friggin' heavy, like metal track, metal wheels, metal gears inside. This is all metal except for the body's plastic, but drivetrain, everything is metal on this. I got another one that's fully plastic.
Yeah, I don't care about that one.
They,
Yeah, I would go ground game on this for sure. Because fuck you, I got a tank.
Yeah,
these are
exactly.
cool.
I said that's exactly what I say too.
These are very cool to play with and very fun to play with also. So
Does that get up pretty fast, or
they're not that fast, but they're fast enough. They're fast enough to get you in trouble, in other words.
Are they scaled 26 miles an hour? Whatever.
Yeah, they are.
I forget what
Does
Abrams
it shoot
do.
Yes.
BBs
But
or
this is-
slugs?
Cool in the sense that, see the track here, all when you go
Yeah.
over a log and things like that, everything is.
I live in the sticks in New York. I would so love that.
Oh,
is cool.
you need to find a way to put an FPV camera on that on the turret, because then it would be
Right?
amazing.
Oh,
Game
yeah.
on. What's up,
And then it
Christopher?
shoots
How you
squirrel.
doing, brother?
Yep.
I believe him and Lady Bird just got back from their nightly walk.
MD in the house.
Yep. Tank's making us all feel bad for his skills. We're all like, man.
No, he did everything. Every single one of his builds are beautiful. I mean, I like how he goes to
I have
scale to make
I
it
have
look
over
real.
I have over 60 of them, so it's going to take a long time for me to take out
God.
every single one of them.
You need your exercise, so
Wait, where's the
Good,
bloody
Jimmy's
glove?
blazer.
No.
This is an Isuzu MU,
yeah.
Yeah.
but
Suzu.
it's a chrome black edition, so it's actually mirrored.
That's cool.
So,
It really looks like a blazer.
but that one did not have to paint it; it came like that. But I put it all together with my son. My son helped me build this one, so he's 11 now. He really enjoyed the build, and we had lots of fun.
Heck yeah.
So
That's awesome.
See, I'd have to have another body because I wouldn't want to mess that body up at all.
That's the problem with half the stuff he shows. I'm like, I would never take that out because I would break it and cry.
I would just
mean,
leave it on a shelf.
I'm the same way. I literally have the one.
Yes.
Ah!
got
With the
danglers.
truck nuts, had to do it.
Now, is that the Rift?
No,
No,
this
it's
is the Element Trail Walker. Not Trail Walker, sorry, Gatekeeper.
Ah.
So this one does not have portal axle, but it is a rock racer, and this is all paint. Like except with
Nice.
the 3 stickers on the bottom, but this is all painted from the back with stencil, but 3 different colors, 4 different colors, and also this is all painted also.
Did you do that from stencil or was that freehand?
No, all stencil. You,
Okay.
you stick a
Nice.
stencil on it and you paint it, and then you peel it off. So pick and pluck, they call it, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
Fucking
Hey,
friend.
you gotta have bodies. Look, I got my basher body.
Yeah.
Right. Got the basher body, and you got the nice pretty body that's got LED lights on the inside.
Cool. That's a show car.
Yep.
Yeah.
But this is what I use around the track, the old two-wheel drive one.
Yeah, he doesn't ever get to use the show body because he's gray.
Yeah, I come on. I had it for 2 months, and I literally ripped through everything that was stock, replaced it with all upgraded extreme heavy-duty parts, except for the differentials, and that's next.
So Chuck is known as "fuck you tree." Raz is known as "fuck you wall."
No, I fuck walls too. That's a thing.
Dude, just God, I feel.
What is he doing? Oh, this is
He's got a
my
whole warehouse
Ferrari.
behind him of cars. And stuff.
Imagine.
Okay, black or red?
Well,
Red. But I
Red.
should say both too.
Red? Okay, I heard a red. So this is the Jaeger Master.
Ooh,
fuck yeah.
That's a Ford
nice.
Capri.
Look at them rims.
So yeah, the rims are very nice.
They made it that you made it to a drifter.
It can drift, but it's not made as a drifter. These are street tires.
Okay.
But this thing has so much power that these tires come apart. It's just
Yeah.
The guy that sold me this car did not have this body originally on it, but it's stupid fast. It's the motor he put in there is just too fast, and I took it all apart and I put bearings in it because it needed bearing because it was just too fast. So.
Mhm.
It looks like that's like the Pikes Peak body style.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah,
And this is the black one.
the monster.
That's so cool.
Monster Unicorn. Ken
Yeah.
Long. This one's fun to drive.
Oh, I
But
know.
this thing is so low to the ground, it's crazy how it hugs. And as soon as you touch the steering on this thing, it just goes all over the place because it
But
just...
it's the infraction chassis, right?
Yeah, it's almost like an infraction, but this is much smaller. This is much smaller.
Oh yeah. That thing's freaking huge.
But it's a fun car. It looks nice, and a lot of people say, "Oh, you shouldn't drive it the way you're driving it. You're going to wreck it." The rims are
Whatever.
starting to like here at the back, like they're all scraped up by hitting sidewalks or hitting other things. Like I buy them to have fun. I don't buy them to sit on the shelf. Like
Hey, you tell those people to suck on your truck nuts.
Rubber nut.
Frank's taking out curbs, children, large dogs.
Animals. Yeah.
I did a video with my truck, and he
Fuck,
goes,
Mom.
"Truck nuts." I goes, "Those are passé. They were in 10 years ago." Well, I'm bringing the style back. I don't care. Like
That's right. You know, I have to bother
Trucker nut
Chris
really
to break
went
out the
away.
infraction again. I like seeing him busting that thing.
yeah, the infraction is fun. That's a car I wouldn't mind getting, but it is close to $1,000 Canadian here, so it's a little bit too much for me right now.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Once you're done upgrading it, it's $1,000.
But wait,
too.
what about the new Traxxas drag truck?
No thanks.
Yeah, I knew
Good
it.
answer.
I've heard a lot of bad things about that.
Yeah, to me, the only thing they change a little bit is the transmission, which is a little bit better transmission than the rest. But the rest of the car is the same thing, and the power system they put in there sucks. You cannot compete against Losi or the DR10, the Team Associated. It's actually slower out of the gate than all those other trucks. So they came out with a pretty good platform. They were the leader, but power system they put in there is no go.
So
and then people
did
say,
they
"Well,
put
I'm
the
going to
VT
change it anyways." Like,
Did they put the VXL in it?
yes, it's just a straight VXL that they've got in it. The same 3500 VXL they have in all the other cars.
Oh. thought they were at least like, come on.
Yes, I thought so
Do a
too.
little more competition with the infraction at least.
That is correct. Like the low C, the KV on the low C is way higher. It's crazy, and the low C does under 2 seconds. Under 3 seconds. Sorry, it's 2.8. I think I saw it do out of the box, and the Traxxas has a hard time doing 3.5 or 3.8. Like it's a second slower than the other one. So it's.
I could probably throw my Hobby Wing Max 10 in there and make that thing go fast.
Yeah,
you said 3.8 and what is that? What are you measuring there?
Seconds.
Yeah, the
Seconds in
seconds. How long it takes you
or?
to do a quarter mile.
Okay.
It was built to be the supposed to be the badass drag truck, and
Is that 0
even
to
though
60?
the infraction is a drift truck, that thing is a monster. If you make it, it's a all-wheel drive. Freaking, it'll go fast in a straight line.
Well, it's got that launch control or whatever as well.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's illegal. When you go in the competition or any race, you cannot use it because you got to turn it off because it's illegal to use in comp.
Makes
Right.
sense.
And if you practice with it, it kind of sucks and is no good for you because you're not going to learn how to control it.
Oh,
Right.
You theoretically have to turn it off. So what good is it?
By the way, when you do your FPV, turn horizon mode off, tank. Learn how to fly like
Immediately.
legit. Immediately. Same idea, but turn off the horizon or the stability control and just
Straight acro
straight
or
acro.
air.
Yeah.
That's just like learning with launch control, man.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
you have that stuff
Yep.
on.
So
Now, is the gyro, say the steering stability stuff and comp and that's illegal too, right? Like you'd have to have a straight regular servo instead of a.
That is correct. Well, the servo, to keep it straight, you got to turn that off also. So Losi came out with these one. These two are the same car but different paint job.
I think
Summit Racing.
I think Russell was talking about getting one of those or something.
Now, these are the fastest one that they sell that are out of the box. You buy them ready to run out of the box. They're the fastest one with the best system in it because it comes with a 6,500 kV.
Woo!
The Traxxas come with a 3,500 kV. So this one is almost twice as fast as the Traxxas one. So
Damn.
like here's the motor and here's the ESC, and it's crazy.
Oh, so they're using the Spectrum stuff that pretty much freaking Army uses too.
Yes, because Arma and Losi is now owned by Horizon Hobby, and
Right.
it's all the same company. So, and Horizon Hobby owns Spectrum. So that's why you're starting to see a lot of those electronics going to all these.
Gotcha. All right.
Well,
And
let's go.
axial too, right? Because
Yep.
can I get it in Crossfire?
Sure.
you can put crossfire on that.
What's going on, Marcel?
Hey, Marcel.
We let this Canadian on every once in a while, and he takes over and turns
awesome.
it into the ground game NoobTube channel.
Yeah.
Hey, I saw a link. I
Yeah.
clicked on it. I saw a link. I clicked on it and brought me here.
Absolutely.
That's how a lot of bad things happen on the internet.
Because Frank clicks on every random link he comes across.
I'm just saying, I work in InfoSec. Please stop clicking on random links.
Hey,
Big
you're
screen
really
there.
gonna let me in? Let's see.
What if I touch the?
We're always happy to have you come in and share and change the flavor up of the show every once in a while, man. It's good
Hey.
fun.
At
You
least
learned
once a year.
something today.
At least once a year. More than that, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can only take so much Frank the Tank, so
Well, I think it's the other way around, honestly.
right?
Poor Frank.
Us fucking asshole Americans.
There's some sort of Canadian law.
As far as that beta FPV thing goes, man, I hope that strap fits on those goggles.
I hope so too, but I'm.
They're
thinking of-
different goggles. I know they're smaller and they're not quite the ones that strap was meant for, but
Yeah, and I noticed that when I opened up the box real quick and I looked at it and I had those goggles in my hand. I go, man, these things are not gonna fit over my glasses because they're narrow and they don't fit over my glasses. But supposedly you don't need the glasses because the screen is so close to you. So I gotta get some nice goggles, and I will. So
That's honestly the reason why I like these, because I can wear them right over top of my glasses.
okay, cool.
I get
Well,
I-
hey,
I
if you're looking for some nice goggles, I got some for sale.
Cool. It all
I
depends on the
have to
price.
take
but it all
mine
depends
off
on
no
the budget.
matter what. Damn it.
What's
True.
that,
I
Frank?
just flicks everybody off.
It all depends on the budget. Right now, I don't have the budget for it, but when I do, I'll contact you and I'll check it out.
Do you
No
have
worries.
Do you have diopters? Do the goggles you have, Frank, allow for diopters?
What the heck is that?
No,
Basically, your prescription.
no, they don't. Diopters is you go and you have them made. They're your prescription, and you
okay.
slide them into the
Yeah.
goggles, so you can have your goggles are your glasses.
Or
Yeah, I'm farsighted, and I do have for nearsighted a little bit, but I can see pretty good in the goggles. I turned it on and I put them on. I don't need a prescription inside those goggles for now. So
gotcha.
I'm
Yeah,
old,
'cause-
but not that old.
Hey,
Well, just so you know,
They're actually
if,
quite old.
just so you know, if the time comes, it's a $300 purchase.
Rachel
Well,
got for a
who was
mask.
getting rid of the orcas today? Somebody posted
Oh.
about getting rid of the orcas.
Plummet is actually
Plummet.
getting rid of orcas.
Why?
If anybody cares, because he likes the HDOs.
Oh, all right. That's fine.
Dude, he has HDOs, twos, he has orcas, and he's got some other top of the line pair too.
Oh yeah.
He's like,
Well,
I'm just gonna try them all. Fuck it.
What I like on that one
DJ
also, it
Khaled.
actually has a place to put a memory card, and you can actually use it as a DVR. So to me, it was like
Yes.
bonus.
Off axis, I sent you a reply. Hopefully that will be okay. Sorry.
It's cool. Yeah, almost all the goggles now come with some sort of DVR on them. All
Cool.
If
built-in
I'm mistaken,
integrated.
it actually has the decent DVR in it. That one you got. The beta
Yeah,
every
it records in
FPV kit.
a higher resolution. It's not the very low resolution, so it's
Cool.
not bad.
because I believe that was the first goggle that they put them in. The newer version of the DVR.
Yeah.
So I got to do an unboxing video of it, and I want to fly it. I want to set up a camera watching me kind of flying it, and just to see my expression of trying to do my first flight of an FPV drone, and hopefully see me crash it.
So,
Josh has a chair for you.
well, I would suggest at least anchoring yourself against something so that your video doesn't include you going, wow.
No, I'll be sitting down.
Yeah, at least lean up against the wall works for some
Exactly.
people too. Because some people don't like to sit because it does feel weird, in my opinion, to have a transmitter while you're sitting down like that.
Oh, yeah?
But that might be something you're kind of used to, even though you use different transmitters.
True.
Well, they all make fun of me because my transmitter is about right underneath my ball sack because I always have it like way down here, and everybody else is like this.
Abby Rabach.
Yeah, Joe has arms like an orangutan. They just hang down to
Pushing
his
that
ankles.
antenna ring.
It's not my fault I'm a T-Rex.
I'm trying to irradiate my testicles when I do it. Nobody seems to get that.
Nobody wanted to think about your
Spin the
testicles.
antenna.
Too much
the bottom one
information.
that way.
I did.
Come on, Frank. You know we're way past the end of the show, so
It's not even 11 o'clock yet.
yeah, we usually go for an hour and we start at 9.
Last time Chuck took out this flashlight and like scared the heck out of me. Like, whoa, wait a minute.
Was it still dripping?
No, I don't think it was.
I got a new flashlight.
Oh boy,
You got a new flashlight?
Yeah, that's
a
what I heard.
flashlight, Yeah.
That's right.
That's exactly what I heard.
Alien stuff.
Well, that one is bright.
Yes, it is.
Jesus Christ! Don't
That's
mix
the
up those flashlights.
That's
That
a
will end
taser.
badly.
Can you
Taser
see where
flashlight.
they're going?
Oh, that would be a very, very. Oh,
And
God.
it is very spiked, and those spikes are rusty. So come at me, bitches.
Goddamn, who'd you make
Wow.
mad?
Set this for everybody.
Yeah, I know, man.
Well, I mean, the point is you stick them with the rusty spikes, and the spikes are the contacts. Then you electrocute them while the rusty spikes are inside them.
if he accidentally shocks the shit out of himself just showing that, I'm gonna lose it.
I'm dying. I would die.
It's got a double safety, bro.
Okay.
Next to the blue
How do you
button,
mean
it's
double
gonna be-
safe?
Oh,
Show us, Chuck.
there's
Show us
there's
what
a
you have to
switch.
do to accidentally.
Okay.
You have to flip the switch in order to activate it, and
So
then
an
you
arm
actually
button.
have to turn it on all the way past the actual flashlight, and then it'll work.
I'm seeing so many things.
Now it's
I can see the light bulb exploding into your chest as it's frying in.
yeah, I'm pressing it all day long. It ain't gonna go off.
That'd be the end of it, dude.
Yeah, exactly. There'd be piss and shit everywhere.
Live on
Yeah,
Worth
FPV.
it.
I feel sorry for the EMS team that comes to clean out the truck.
Worth it.
That's gotta be legal in Canada. I'm just saying.
What's up, Night Train?
I can't stand that double arm crap.
Oh.
That's about. That was
I
random.
think it keeps Chucks alive.
I was reading Night Train's.
Oh, yeah. We forgot about paying attention to chat again.
Yep. I'm good at pay. I'm watching both. I got it both.
What's a double arm on a FPV drone?
You have to do arm twice. It's like one switches pre-arm, and then you actually arm it to spin the props.
I use it all the time. So I
Okay,
actually
double arm. Okay, I thought it was the arm holding the motors.
No, you hold one for a pre, and then you actually turn on to arm. You
Okay.
can't accidentally hit one while you're screwing with your drone and turn it on in your hand.
Yeah.
Cut your thumb
It's like
off,
the
like
safety
someone
on
we
a
know.
gun. Only the newbies have it.
Was that the thumb, Chuck?
Yes, it was the thumb.
I actually didn't notice that. Joe was telling me, he was like, your hand is
No.
messed up. I was
No,
like,
wrist.
I had no
One
idea.
wrist.
I didn't even notice it.
How do you not
I
notice
didn't
that?
even
That's
notice
like,
it. Well, because I don't know, genuinely a nice person. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
There's your problem.
Forevermore. What's up? Welcome.
This is
I had
as far
no
down
idea.
as this goes.
Yeah.
I was like, well,
You can
it
push
wasn't-
on. You can fucking push on it, and it's still not going to go down any farther.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Marcel, you are what you eat, dude. So you can get over it.
Oh,
I have part of my hip in my wrist with a screw through it, so I know that pain of not being able to move it a certain way.
it doesn't hurt at all.
Part-
I'm just limited.
Didn't you drop
Mine-
that thing?
mine
in your
does.
foot? How the hell did you end up with bone in your wrist from your hip?
All right, so before I was into construction and got injured and had to end up doing this for a hobby, I used to make pizza for a living for like 17 years. Well, I picked up a pizza one day and it was a heavy one, and I guess I had a previous broken bone, the largest bone in your wrist.
Oh, no.
It was broken half, and when they did all the MRIs, they said there's old dead tissue in between the crack, like the whole split of the bone. So they had to shave down the bone, all the dead tissue, graft my hip,
Broke it previously.
and put it in my wrist and screw it together.
Wow. So it was
Yep.
already an existing fracture. It just
So you got pwned by a pizza, is what I heard.
Yep. By
No,
a New York thin crust.
As the doctor said, oh no, it was just I had so much edema built up in my wrist from it being broken for several years and
Yeah.
not doing anything about it or not knowing it. And the pizza was just the last limit. And I did.
I mean,
used
if
the
it was in
sand.
Chicago, I would have understood. But that
Right.
thing
It
was
was a
like
garbage pie.
I think it was about as thick as a piece of paper.
So,
No.
Raz, did
It
Did
was
you
a
learn
garbage
anything
pie.
about rough masturbating with after this? I mean, did you did you draw?
Well, I'm
lines?
left-handed,
Did you make
so
limits?
I'm left-handed,
So
so,
you were
it
covered.
didn't affect me.
That's why I said it was rough. Matt. It was your right hand. You obviously were abusing things. I mean, it wasn't even.
No, but yeah. So they molded it together. No, I got into a car accident about 5 years before, and I was at a red light. I saw the guy coming up behind me, and he rear-ended me in a Must have broke my wrist then.
So you rear-ended your hard? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, there you go.
Keep coming in with them.
Yeah. I'll just let your imagination go exactly where it's going.
He even pre-announced. He said, "Coming in hot."
Stranger danger.
Strange for some change, baby.
No, your no zone.
What did Frank go grab?
All right, we need it. It's time to end the show.
Wait. Frank went and grabbed something.
Wait. Frank's got
We
something
got
to show.
Frank.
Let's see what Frank's got. He went and grabbed something.
My craziest build I've ever done. And I wanted to find a video that inspired me, but I'm going to tell you real quick what it is. I saw a caravan, a camper that was motorized, and it had a Renault 5 engine into it.
Mhm.
So, and I recreated that in ARC.
This is the one we were telling you about, James, earlier.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is actually
So that's
a
not
remote controlled
Oh, wow.
caravan with a airplane landing gear
Yeah.
to steer, and it's actually got a motor. It's got a sound module. This thing is very light, and it pops wheelies like crazy, just for fun. And I got a whole bunch of stickers at the back.
That's
that don't come off.
Nice. That's cool.
So
That's
I kind
awesome.
of made it look very old and so on. Everybody has a hoot when they drive this at some events. And it was fun to build, and I still have it, and it's really neat. But this is not my Tonka Winnebago. I did build a Winnebago, and that one is also radio controlled and weighs over 14 pounds.
Yeah, that fucking thing's got lamps in it and shit.
I could see that thing right there actually pulling a truck. That would look really cool.
I actually
funny.
theoretically could, but it's really strange. Sometime I like, even this week I did a video of how to make these stickers yourself at home, and the guy replied on the video on the bottom. He goes, "It moves by itself." LOL. Like, he didn't realize. Wow, that thing moves like it's got a motor. So people are always kind of crazy.
I see how you also put in the covers for the propane tanks up front, and
that's where the servo is actually.
The great.
Oh, that's cool.
Wait, Frank, is it two independent rear? I mean, are the two wheels independent where they power independently so you can turn that way, or is it all based on the servo?
It's all based on the front to actually turn.
I was gonna say, I can't remember what it is. Some of the drag car. No, they brake rear in order to get it to turn.
Yeah,
but
so this one has actually an axle that you can actually lock the diffs. So right now they're locked. My differential is locked, but I can actually unlock the diff on this axle, which is kind of nice. But right now it's locked.
That's cool.
I've also put all the weight. The batteries here in the back. All the electronics are at the back. Everything's at the back to pop a wheelie. But the problem is if you hit the gas and you try to turn, you can't, because your wheel is off the ground.
Yep.
And that's the reason I was asking about the independent, like if it had dual motors, or it was you could steer and pull a wheelie.
And some people were telling me, he goes, "Well, why don't you put the battery in front? It's going to make it heavier in the front." I go, "I don't want it to be in front. I want it to do wheelies."
Right. Like, we had an important question here from chat for you.
What?
Frank?
Klondike?
That's an American commercial.
All right.
What wouldn't he do?
Oh,
I don't know.
I know.
That's so wrong.
It's an American commercial. What would you do for a Klondike bar?
I know it was.
I don't know if it is completely American.
So this is one of my craziest build that I've done. So I got to do more videos with this thing.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah,
I think
once
it's
again.
I used to
I
have
feel
a
in
bike
that.
rack at the back, but I lost the bike. It actually broke.
Now, is that the one that you had your other one pulling before?
Nope. I probably had the Tonka Winnebago pulling something.
Yeah, it was pulling a trailer. I just forget what it was.
Yeah, because the latest video I put was with my dorks. Latest video I've uploaded was my Tonka Winnebago pulling my 64 Red Cat lowrider, which actually pops wheelies.
Yeah, okay.
So that's
Dorks for life.
Yes, Marcel. Truth.
Pays my bills. I don't care.
Yeah, no,
Right?
It's like, no kidding.
Where's the insult? I'm a little confused.
I mean,
Oh,
All right, gentlemen.
That
Some
was
of us
awesome.
have to work tomorrow, so YouTube, piss off.
I'm gonna be exhausted tomorrow pretending to work.
Don't forget a thumbs up.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm doing.
Yeah, thumbs up.
Thanks for coming on, Frank. Thank you for wiggling your dildo,
Why
Josh.
do you do that, Josh?
That's not a thumb.
The heck is
It
that?
is his thumb. It's the only thumb he has. And it goes in his ear.
Jesus Christ.
I was like,
Lindsay,
what?
I just figured out what